Hey everybody, it's Peter and I'm here filming at Jim Gilbert's Wheels and Deals, Jim Gilbert's Power Sports, and it is December and I've been filming stuff here since August, and I'm going to do something every single year that we might as well just start this year. We're going to do the best of, and what this is going to be is the best of things I've reviewed this year, and I'm going to separate it by playlists. So I have a playlist with Vespa and Piaggio scooters, and this is going to be my pick for the top Vespa Piaggio scooter that I've reviewed this year. And we're going to continue to do this with the Kawasaki motorcycles, the Kawasaki off-road vehicles, and the Pedego e-bikes as well. So we can have all of those reviews all together. And you're probably going to tell me I'm wrong, and that's okay. So I don't have a set group of objective things that make it my favorite. I just choose it because I like it. And in this video, I'm going to tell you what I like about each of these three. These are the top three finalists, and I'm going to pull in a fourth in a second, which is kind of a runner-up that I want to at least mention. But we're going to go through some of the features that I think is great about these, and I will choose my winner. And when I'm done, let me know in the comments which one you would have chose in all the videos that I've done so far. And if there's a vehicle that you didn't see that maybe I didn't do a review of, let me know what you want to see and I'll get that review up as well. So let's go through with at least my top three, but first let's throw that runner-up in for just 1 second. All right, you're already seeing some indecision here. I've got my top three behind me, but the honorable mention is the Piaggio one and frankly the Vespa Elettrica, because these are two electric scooters, and I'll show you the Elettrica picture just up on your screen right now. These are two vehicles that really intrigue me because I think the electric vehicle space really suits the scooter market. But for me, and we can talk about another video, these two were not the top three scooters that I saw this year. It could be close in 2023, but let's move on from this and talk about our top three. All right, so let's do a quick rundown of my top three. This is the Vespa GTS Super Tech. This is as good as it gets in scooter land. It is top of the line, everything, digital dash, lots of power, and arguably it is the best scooter in the lineup of the three of them here. But best scooter doesn't always win because it has to be my favorite. So will this be my choice? Let's talk about that in a second. Over here, the Vespa Primavera. This is a 150cc, and frankly, so is the Liberty S beside it. For me, to be a winning scooter, it has to be a 150cc or so because of the type of driving that I like to do. I want it to be able to go on a little bit more roads than just the in-town roads. So we tested the Vespa Picnic, which frankly is kind of one of the best versions of a Vespa. It shows you that cool picnic basket on the back, and it's got the blanket in the front, or the picnic blanket in the front, which is pretty cool. It kind of shows what Vespa is as far as character. But for me, that one wasn't the winner, in part because that was just a 50cc model. These two 150cc's, that's what I would need. We also tested the Vespa, the Justin Bieber editions, which had both 50 and 150cc. I didn't choose those. We can talk about that a little bit later. Let's talk about the Liberty over here really quickly before we dig into what I like about each one. The Liberty, again, 150cc, really impressed me as well. These are same engine, same powertrain, but very different scooters. So let's go one by one. I'll tell you what I like about each, and we'll choose a winner. All right, so why is this in my top three? Now, I just want to be clear. There is a clear winner in this group, but there is no second place. Everything else is second place. So regardless of where I land things, this can't be any worse than second place. But it should be first place on most of your lists, and frankly, it probably should be first place on mine, but it's not. So let's talk about what I love about it and why it did not win for me. This thing is absolutely amazing. It can go anywhere, it can do anything. It's a two-person small cc motorcycle that can do everything you want with no gears. It's just twist and go. It's as easy to drive as any other Vespa, but again, highway capable. You also have in the Super Tech here the digital dash, which has the ability to connect up to your cell phone and give all kinds of information there. It's got lots of storage space under the seat. It's got lots of storage space in the front hatch. It's got ability to take on extra racks with really nice backrests that make sure your passenger is comfortable. It has a side stand. It has liquid cooling. It has more width and more space. It's really, really good. It's the top scooter we have probably in the store. But the reason it doesn't win for me is because it puts itself into motorcycle territory. And for me, I'm not sure if I would choose this as a motorcycle or some of the other motorcycles we have here. If you ask me what's the best Vespa, best scooter in the store, this wins. To me, this wins over the BV400 or the Beverly from Piaggio as well. I love the style of this. I love the tech of this. It's one of those things emotionally, I like it. It's by far the best Vespa there is, but it didn't win for me, which brings us down to the two 150s. Let's talk about them. This is the Piaggio Liberty S. Now I chose the S because I really like the black accents versus the chrome accents. It's about $100 more than the regular chrome accented one. I like the look, and sometimes it's just about choosing what you like. For me, the 150 is key because of the types of places I want to drive. I don't need a full motorcycle, but I want to be able to leave town, head out on those 80km/h roads and have some power to spare, and the 150s do that for me. The reason this one wins over something like the Vespa GTS is because, now I said wins, we haven't announced a winner yet, but the reason this one leads over the Vespa GTS is because this one feels like a scooter, and to me that's kind of the fun of it. It's lightweight, it's nimble, it's very quiet, but it's just one of those things where when you get on it, it feels like the typical sort of old-fashioned scooter, but it has the modern touches. I really like the larger wheel out front. I really like that the 150 models have front wheel ABS. It's got a little bit smaller wheel out back, so 16-inch out front, 14-inch out back, but still bigger than the Vespa scooters, and that's just a good thing. They handle a little better at speed with those larger wheels. You've got a flat floor, you've got good storage both under the seat and in the front, and this is sort of a modern vehicle, but it's just fun, and that's part of what having a scooter should be. So really like the Liberty, still have the Vespa Primavera to go. Let's take a look at that one. Last one is the Vespa Primavera. Now I chose the Vespa Primavera over the Sprint for simple reasons. The Primavera, or sort of the Sprint, has a little bit more of a squared off headlight, has a little different shaped mirrors, which I kind of like both of those. The round headlight is sort of the traditional Vespa look, so I like that. The other reason is you can't get this contrasting seat color in the Sprint right now, but you can in the Primavera. So whether it's this with this blue, or there's a white and a nice tan brown as well, a little different brown than this, I kind of like that contrasting seat color. It's kind of either or for me. But the thing with Vespa is they do some cool things. I really like that there's no fork down here. They have that unique looking suspension down there. It gives it that unique look, and really the Vespa is about looks. It has the same powertrain as the Liberty, so in order to win this competition, it has to outdo the price difference, and there is a price difference. The Vespa costs more. Now this one has the case on the back. That's an option. You can do that on any of these scooters, so that doesn't give it a pro or a con. It just happened to be near me here in the showroom, so I chose this one instead of a different model. But there's something about a Vespa, the way it's built. The frame is built into this bodywork, unlike the Liberty, which the frame is underneath. The Liberty is more of a modern style, like a modern sport bike where the bodywork is around the frame. But there's something about this shape that just says scooter. When you're driving a Vespa, people talk to you about the Vespa. People want to converse with you, and it's just one of those vehicles that's a classic all-time vehicle. And despite the cost difference, this would be my choice. So let's talk about why really quickly. Again, it really comes down to the styling and the feel. The seating position is slightly different here than on the Liberty, and it fits me better. And that's just, there's no excuse. Just, I like the way it fits me personally. I don't like the way the rear foot pegs fit my passenger. They would fit better on the Liberty because the Liberty ones come out further. And why would I choose this over the obviously and clearly better model of the Vespa GTS? Well, again, this one has that lightweight feel. In both the 50cc and 150cc, you have the same bodywork, same length, same size, same type of wheels. It's just a cool look that gives you a little bit more practicality with that extra few cc's. Now, the 50cc's, again, here in New Brunswick, you actually have some licensing advantages where you don't need a motorcycle license to drive this, and 14-year-olds could drive the 50cc. Again, if you move up to 150cc, you will need some sort of motorcycle license to drive this just about everywhere. But for me, the Vespa Primavera is the best scooter I've tested this year. Now, tell me I'm wrong in the comments. Tell me why you would have chosen something else. A lot of you have written in on the scooter videos and told me that I'm wrong, and believe me, I sometimes think I'm wrong too. As I said, the Vespa GTS is absolutely a better Vespa than this. It just doesn't fit what I like in a Vespa the same way. I like that lighter weight. The Beverly, the BV400 scooter, is a great two-person motorcycle. It's much bigger than a scooter, so for me it didn't fit into the winning category, but that is probably a better scooter for many of you as well. And like I said, a lot of the 50cc options are great options as well. It had to be 150cc if I was to choose it. And again, the Vespa styling, the Vespa feel, the way that everybody knows what this is. They don't even call them scooters. It's known as a Vespa, even to people who don't know cars and motorcycles and everything else. I think that's what makes this cool. So let me know I'm wrong. And just so you know, even though it's December here, we have what feels like hundreds, but it's probably just dozens and dozens of Piaggio and Vespa scooters sitting here at Jim Gilbert's Wheels and Deals. It is a fantastic time to come just take a look. You don't have to have a pressure sales team. This is known as Canada's huggable car dealer, Canada's huggable power sports dealer. Come take a look, come sit on them, see what they're about, talk to a salesperson about them so you can learn a little bit more about them, see if they're for you. It's a great time to put a deposit and reserve one for the spring if you want, or you can just have a look and see what they're all about here in Fredericton, New Brunswick. Now, we're going to be making some future best of lists. I have the Kawasaki motorcycles, Kawasaki off-road vehicles, which is going to be ATVs and side-by-sides. We also have a Pedego e-bike video coming up, so make sure you subscribe. And remember, I'm going to continue to review these vehicles again and again and again. So if you have questions, let me know in the comment section the things that you want to know about these scooters or the things that you like about them, and I'll make sure that I include that information in future videos so we can continue to build sort of a database of information here where people can find out everything they want to know about these pretty awesome vehicles. Thanks everybody for watching.